Greetings, lovely Pisces. Thanks for joining me. This is your first reading of 2022. Please like, share and subscribe because it does help me to keep it going, this channel, and to keep the readings coming out on a regular basis. Okay, let's get stuck into it. We're going free flow today, Pisces. We're going free flow. Just have to get a card to jump. So a few cards and then a card for where did that go? A card for moving forward at the end. We've come out with interestingly with the Eight of Discs, which is a card of working and perfecting something. In the Thoth deck it's called Prudence, which indicates a caution or a cautionary approach, a level of timing in some ways involved here, and also protecting those beautiful petals, those flowers on that tree. There is a desire to sort of protect something as you put it out there into the world, creation of sorts or work of sorts. Pisces, remember these are very general readings. Let's just get another card, a few. And this came out twice. I put it back. Sometimes I do that. Look, Five of Wands. You're wanting to. There's a bit of conflict, and with the Five of Wands here, there's a bit of internal conflict. We will clarify these cards to make things a little bit clearer, but of course they are general readings. So we have this Eight of Discs, Five of Wands. Maybe you feel a bit of a level of resistance, or you're not quite sure. You feel like people aren't sort of supporting something here, Pisces. People aren't, maybe. Anyway, let's just get another card. Oops, we get the Emperor. You feel restricted is what I was getting before. Like there's you're really working at something here, and feeling good about that. But there's a conflict, and we get the Emperor. There's a sort of conflict with what is seen to be, or what you see to be, is that it's some sort of authority, whether it's organization or work or people, but like you're kind of banging up against something. Moving forward for Pisces, we'll go through and clarify. We have, moving forward, the Prince of Swords. Now we kind of got to look at these. There's an annoying fly in here. Go away. We look at these cards, because we see them from the 8 to the 5 to the Emperor, and then moving forward the Prince of Swords. Double check your perspectives here, or the way that you're seeing, whether this is the way that you're seeing this, or how you're being received is what I get. Check your perspective on it. Because this, just as a cautionary thing, Pisces, because this Prince of Swords, which I love this card, but is taken, here we have these little fairies here. They're like thought forms. We've all got them. We create these, they're sort of like entities unto themselves, aren't they? Whether they be actually well, they are real because we create them. But this is why I say check your perspectives. There might be a shift in your perspective, or you might just be focusing on one thing and feel that there is resistance. There's resistance here. And this prince moving forward is getting pulled along in many and varied directions. This isn't so much about, like, there's a purpose to it, because there's a purpose to everything, isn't there? There's a purpose to being in this mode. Because we're not in this zone for too long. If we are, then that's not a great thing. But sometimes there is a purpose to be sort of carried along in many and very different directions without being that focused. I mean, I think you have been really focused, but it's as if you reach a kind of fork in the road of sorts or something. And because there's a lot of resistance, I feel, in these cards at this point. So let's just clarify, Pisces. We'll look at this beautiful 8 of discs. What is this 8 of discs for Pisces, please? Go away, fly. That's very hot. 8 of discs for Pisces, please. Yeah, review time. We're working our way. We're moving forward, but we are actually looking all right. We're remembering, I think. We're remembering things. We're remembering what worked, what didn't work. What used to be and what's not anymore. Like all of this sort of stuff starts to come through in the 7 of discs. And I guess it's that thing we don't want to, with the beautiful, card like the 8 of discs. This is really about hard work and protecting this new thing that you're bringing through, that you've been perfecting. It's not been received somehow the way that you thought it would, whether that's your position in the world right now, or whether it's what you're actually doing, or it's not been received in the way that if you ever did have any expectations, it's not been received in the way that you thought it would. It's kind of like that, being surprised when you get this thing off people that they're slightly that instead of being happy for you, they're kind of slightly resentful of you. I mean, there is this, I do feel this off these cards, Pisces. Anyway, let's look at the 5 of Wands. So you are, you've done a review in this sense. 5 of Wands. Sorry, where are we? So it's sort of looking at, go away, fly, looking at what you 5 of Wands can be an internal conflict here. So we want to be free, free flow, heart open, all of that kind of thing. But we find ourselves, and we can be, of course, but we find ourselves in the 4 of discs here, which is very secure financially, in that structural thing of a home, all of that sort of stuff. Very, very secure, but we're missing something here. It's as if we're missing something, and we have to let something go. Pisces is what I'm getting. Because this Queen is incredibly emotionally mature, and you know, self-sustaining is not the right word, because we all need input from other people. But do you know what I mean? But this queen is, there's really no need for this queen to have any, like there's no sort of expectation, obligation, resentments, or anything like that with the queen. Very freely giving, because she's incredibly confident. I'm not sure really, this is kind of interesting, Pisces, but anyway, we'll keep going, because it felt like a sort of resistance that you were feeling, butting up possibly against others, or a resistance, hey puss, a resistance from others that you didn't expect. But I think maybe there is also a very much an internal resistance to something here, Pisces. Let's have a look at the Emperor. Of course, you'll have to get on the floor. Come on. Let's have a look at the Emperor. Go on, sit over there. Can you move? Yes. Let's have a look at the Emperor for Pisces, please. This is it. Independence, financial, emotional, all of it. You're surrounded in your garden. The metaphor, being totally independent, comfortable, self-made. Is there a problem with that, Pisces? Adjustment, or you know, it's slightly confusing, and I can't really. I feel that I can't push the cat off here at this point. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. So this independent card with the Emperor, it's not restrictive to be totally independent. I mean, whoa. Pardon me. Whatever this little conundrum I hear, whether it's a conundrum, is always the way we get these, looking at the moving forward thing. We get, what do we get? The 8 of Discs again, moving forward, which is what we started with. Puss. Which is what we started with, you see. This is a whole, whatever is going on here, because these are incredibly general readings, it is we see the Wheel of Fortune. It's another spin of the wheel here. So you're going into a new cycle. I think you're choosing or looking at different ways of possibly working, or what you're working towards. Maybe you're shifting, changing your perspectives on what you're going to choose to do, because your options are quite wide. And you know, if there's an internal conflict, and it's not actually any conflict with authority outside of yourself, is there a resistance to the Emperor within you? To see this in development. Like the Emperor can be incredibly controlling and authoritarian and rigid, but also there's the other side to that coin. It can be very benevolent. And so, like, there's two sides to it, isn't there? Two sides to every coin. Let's have a look. And, hey, Minnie, let's have a look. Oops. See if the pixie Pixies and Fairies, Brian Froud's Pixie and Fairies, can give us an insight. Can give us a little insight. This is transformative, whatever's occurring for you. Let's see. I say this because I'll just show you Puss. Yeah, Puss, look. Yeah, look at my messy room. Where is she? Oops. Yeah. Sorry, Pisces. Just had to do that. Yeah. There's a transformative process. We get death coming out with Brian Froud's Pixie and Fairies and Mike the Micromancer, which is about seeing the detail in the forest, you know, the trees for the forest and the forest for the trees. You see the detail in everything. That everything's on a ledger, you know, and you can see because in the process of doing this review in the 7, you know, you've seen all the ins and outs of what's gone on in the past. I do feel, I mean, it just feels like to me that there's a sort of conflict, but it's within yourself more than anything else, because this is a new, it's kind of a shift in the way that you see yourself and the way that you do what you do is what I'm getting from this reading. Let's see. Journey map card, we get the Compass Mistress. So this is really about losing our direction. We're which way's up, which way's down. It's a guidance system, you know. Have faith in that. You know, you might feel like you're kind of going all over the place, but it won't last. It's for a period. It's part of change. And then we have the Gazelle, basking in the light. You know, a need to act. I mean, there's something about the Gazelle that is just sort of sitting there, you know, waiting to get eaten up or something. But it's not, I don't mean it like that in an unpleasant way. Enjoy the sun, you know, bask in that light. But I think, Pisces, there is some sort of process going on for some of you out there whereby you're really reconfiguring your direction and actually your views, your perspectives. So on that note, I hope you found that of interest or helpful in some way. So thanks for joining me. Have a fabulous week, Pisces, and we'll see you next time, I hope. Cheery, bye.